My name is Harold Feld. I'm a lawyer. I am the Senior Vice President for Public Knowledge. The Washington Post ran an article which talked about the idea of free public Wi-Fi for everyone. One of the things that the FCC hopes would happen if you made this spectrum available for the super Wi-Fi is that we right now have a whole bunch of these wireless hotspots that are publicly available, and if you pump those up, you'd be able to get essentially coverage of whole city neighborhoods or potentially of most of a city for free. If you didn't know any of the background information and you just read the article, what it looked like was that the Federal Communications Commission was proposing to build this nationwide open public super Wi-Fi network that would be available to everybody for free. First of all, the Federal Communication doesn't build networks. Second of all, it would be a very expensive thing for the government to try to operate a free nationwide wireless network. If you kind of stripped away the framing about this being a war between the tech industry and the telecom industry, which is how everybody wants to portray this because it's not a good story if you don't have some dramatic tension, and you looked at this as the FCC is going to take more and better wireless capacity that will allow us to pump up our already existing network, we're halfway there to the kind of free public Wi-Fi that Cecilia was describing in her article. And if you take the software that already exists in my cell phone and a lot of tablets that looks for open Wi-Fi hotspot and gives you the option to connect to that, and kick it up a notch so that it works more like traditional roaming software in your cell phone that goes from tower to tower seamlessly, then you get to the place that we're talking about where you'd have this kind of poor man's free Wi-Fi network. What the FCC has to decide is, okay, when we're setting this up, how do we set this up in a way that gets us lots of licenses, gets us lots of money, and also gets us enough guard band empty unlicensed space so that we can also do the super Wi-Fi stuff? We're at a very preliminary stage, still a long way out from anything final happening.